Amazing love.
Welcome, viewers, to the second segment of the program, Amazing Love, in which today we're talking to two women whose lives have obviously been transformed by an amazing level of love. As we continue the program, can you tell us, Mama, how did you meet Prophetess Ruth Makandiwa?
I went to her office. I managed to see her and I explained my position to her. I thank God because she managed to listen to me, of which sometimes it's hard. You can't find someone to give an ear to your problems. She did listen to what I was saying, and from there, things started happening.
I can see by your smile that things really started happening. But maybe for the viewers to really understand, can you tell us when you got to her? I'm trying to put myself in your shoes.
Yes.
When you got to her, what were you explaining to her about your life that touched her?
My life was like, you can imagine, you have no income, you have nothing to put on the table for the kids, no school fees. You know, there is a time whereby people could even read my life. Like, I used to cook with firewood, right? If I don't light fire outside, they will know that there's nothing. Today they didn't eat. At one time, you know, someone even passed a comment. I used to put on a maroon skirt and a blouse. They even said, is it a uniform? You know, some of those things. It, you know, shows the level of poverty, how it was. You can't even afford to pay your rent. You can't afford to put food for the kids on the table. You can't even afford to buy a uniform. I remember my little boy, sometimes he would go to school with a short with, you know, 2 big holes, and people would, other pupils at school would laugh at him, and it would make him lose his self-confidence. He was intelligent, yes, but then at that time, his performance was poor. And the poverty, the way it affected me as well, you would lose your self-confidence. You can't even stand before people, you know, such things.
Wow. So when you told Prophetess Makandiwa the story of your life, what was her response?
She promised that she would look after me. She would take care of the school fees, pay my rent, and give me some money, of which she did.
Yes. And when she gave you that response, what went through your mind? Did you not think it was too much for her?
I even cried. I remember I was talking to her portrait, crying, because it was too much for me. You can imagine, I have my own relatives, and they couldn't even do anything for me. I remember when my little boy passed his grade 7, one of my relatives, when I told them, they even laughed, you know, they laughed at me. They couldn't even sympathize with me. Maybe they thought I was going to ask for money, you know, of which I couldn't. I only told them that God will take care of me. So it really touched my heart that I'm not related to Prophetess Makandiwa. I'm not related to her. And when I looked at myself, there is nothing that could qualify me for her to help me. So it really touched my heart that someone whom I'm not related to, whom I don't even know, we have just met because of Christ, is looking after me, giving me money, putting food for my kids on the table, paying for their fees. And the other, you know, time I was really touched was when she bought my son uniforms. It was like he bought 4 pairs. My son is a boarder at a local boarding school in Harare. But she managed to buy 4 pairs of each, which I couldn't afford, which even my own brother, who is the closest person that I have, couldn't even do. They just looked at me, just like that.
Wow. That is some kind of love. We'll come back to you as we hear more of the transformation that went through your life as you met the prophetess. Gogo, can you tell us how you met Prophetess Ruth Makandiwa?
I met her in church. When I go there and I talk to her, my only problems, I talk to her everything about my life. And Prophetess said, no problem, Gogo. You come to my office and explain everything. Everything you want, I can give you. You must try to get a nice house to stay with your grandson, and I will give you food. And you must try to get a nice school for your grandson. I do that as well.
So can you tell us what it is that the prophetess began to do in your life? Did you move from where you were staying to a new place?
Yes. First of all, I moved at another certain place where I get a house, big house, beautiful house from TS. I went there. She paid the rent for that house and give me food and blankets, everything. After that, she gave me money, school fees for the grandson, rentals for the school, and school, bus fare, and everything.
Can you tell us how that changed your life and your grandson's life?
Now we are living in a happy life. What we have been done with through Mama, we did never know that we are going to stay like that. We did never know that there's God watching us. God of Ruth Makandiwa doctor was watching us when we were crying. All the pain was totally gone.
So can you compare the life that you had then and when Prophetess Makandiwa came into your life? How is it now?
Now I am a happy widow, happy gogo with my grandson. We are staying nicely. We are happy every now and then. We thank God for that. What have He done to us with my grandson?
A wonderful story. As you can hear for yourself, viewers, and as you can see for yourself, these ladies are beaming, but it is as a result of the love that has been shown to them, which is so amazing from Prophetess Ruth Makandiwa. We'll come back in the last segment as we continue to hear their amazing transformation. Do stay with us.
Amazing love.